Alright, welcome to another week. This is Dean.
I'm Cyphre.
And we're here to go over another gun for you. This week we have one of the newest guns from KJW. Well, maybe not the newest, but they call it the KCO2. It's a 1022 replica.
The Ruger 1022, first introduced in 1964, and quickly became the most popular .22 rifle in existence. Probably the most modified rifle in existence as well, with how easy it was to modify originally. It didn't even require a gunsmith to change out the chassis and all that, so it's incredibly popular. So for any of us who have shot guns since we were kids, you've probably handled one of these guns before.
Absolutely. A little note about the real steel. You can buy the real steel 1022 pretty much anywhere. Big Five,
yeah.
any major.
Walmart had them.
Yeah.
You know, when Walmart sold guns.
And then you can buy chassis kits from almost any gun maker.
Hundreds of people make chassis, and every single piece you can buy from somewhere else besides Ruger. It's pretty amazing. Yeah,
absolutely. It's amazing what you can do with the 1022. This one's the KJW offering now. It's got an M4 retractable style stock. Does have a full set of rails, so you've got the full top rail and side and bottom rails with covers on them, so it gives your nice covered grip. The sights are removable, so you can modify and put whatever you want on it. The orange tip, it is threaded on. It comes on pretty tight.
A little bit.
But you can control. When you take it off, you can thread a silencer right onto it.
Yeah, standard 14 negative threads.
So, I mean, other than that, I mean, there's a lot of options you can do with it. With it having an M4 style grip, you can theoretically take one of the aftermarket PTS mag pulls.
Yeah.
Bolt it right in.
All this part's all standardized parts. You can swap to whatever you want. That's M4 compatible.
Exactly. Now, another interesting thing I found on it, if you look here, I don't know how well you can see it, your hop-up adjustment is right on top of the rail system. So you just turn the dial, and it clicks, you can make your adjustment. So it doesn't need any tools, which is nice. Now, the gun itself isn't that heavy. It's mostly polymer.
Plastic. Very much plastic.
Yes.
All around. Other than, I guess, this buffer tube in the back is metal, trigger,
barrel,
switches and crap on there. Usual stuff is metal, obviously. It's a pretty good representation, and it doesn't really think it mimics any particular aftermarket design. I've seen all of them, obviously, but there are a whole lot of designs that replicate the same M4 style stock and grip, and rails and all that stuff. So it's pretty similar to a lot of designs out there.
Now this is the magazine, which replicates the design of a real 1022 mag. That one is about, I'd say about a 16 round.
Yeah. This one holds 16 round.
Right.
I think it's the same size as a real steel 15 rounder, or
right.
something like that. It'll shoot all 16 reliably, and very, very accurate, we noticed.
Yeah, extremely accurate with very little adjustment. Now inside the box, you're going to get a manual with all your information on how to, what to, and other stuff you can buy too. It's got a catalog.
Yep.
You're going to get the BB bullets from KJW.
Fancy. Candy. Don't eat it.
Don't feed it to your brother or sister. This is the front sight tool, so you can adjust the height of your front sight.
Yeah, standard front sight M16 has a little tiny pin that is on a thread, so you can adjust it up and down.
Another thing, it does come with a tube loader. Quite literally, it's just an aluminum tube with a plunger.
It's a piece of a barrel and cut the ends off, and there you go.
There you go. Ready to go.
Barrel.
Now, just to get it out of the way, we do have the box to show you.
Has a very pretty design on the front there.
Very wonderful design on the front, and if you notice, it's the opposite direction on the inside. So,
see both sides in one.
There you go. And that's the box.
Anyway,
so upon first use of the gun, I was pretty pleased with how accurate it was right out of the box. I loaded up, I was able to shoot it 50 feet.
And there is almost no kick.
Yeah, it's like firing a 22.
Yeah,
it's like
pretty close to 22.
Tack, tack, tack. It's like, wow, there's no reset. Nice.
Very nice, very nice.
So
it pulls nice. Well, the problem with the magazine, and that's typical of that. It actually, wow. The way it holds onto this is holds onto the valve itself instead of having a usual clip on the bottom. And it kind of has one, but not really. But it actually holds on to the whole valve assembly, which is kind of silly, but it works, I guess. Very solid design, at least. Unfortunately, the overall design is pretty rattly. This is the worst M4 stock I have ever seen.
Yeah.
Ever. This is. I mean, I don't think even the cheap ass brands are this wobbly.
Yeah, I haven't heard of that wobbly. Now, it is a standard buffer tube size, so any M4 stock you see on the market, you can swap out into it. Whether you go with a Crane, or you can go with a PTS, whether you go with CTR, even your favorite, what was it, the
UBR?
The UBR? Yeah, that would fit perfectly on it.
Probably, I think if you take this ring, you could change up the buffer tube if you had to as well, so there's no problem there. Yeah, same bolt in the grip too, so that's easy to change out. Just pull the bolt right on the bottom of that.
Absolutely.
Easy does.
So with this gun, it's a lot of fun. If you've ever fired a 22, it's something that's going to take you back to your childhood, and you're going to enjoy it. So
everyone already makes wood stocks for this thing too.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you can probably fit it to a regular 1022 stock. Probably.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Easily adjusted, easily adapted to a real steel stock. Why not?
Have fun with it, you know. So let's go ahead and get this downrange so we can show you FPS on it.
Okay.
And we can we'll be back. And oh yeah, unfortunately, it is not full auto, semi-auto only.
Well, not the real steel.
Yeah. So you'll only be getting FPS from us. No rate of fire, obviously.
Cross-lock bolt safety in there works well. Very old-fashioned.
Absolutely. Let's go ahead and get this downrange. So after taking it downrange, had a pretty variable FPS.
Yeah, we don't exactly have the best consistent BBs, you know, not a match grade or whatever, so we're still looking at a pretty big difference, though, in
so there was a mix of 2s and 2 5s in there, but still we had our lowest at 312 and our highest, what, 390?
We're about 390 for the upper, so that's probably 0.2. This is using propane. Use propane for all the tests for consistency. We were hitting 390. I think they were still averaging 360, 350 for the .25, basically. So, kind of inconsistent, just a little bit. And we were firing pretty slowly, and the mag wasn't cooled down. And it's currently at least 75 degrees right now.
If not higher.
Maybe a little warmer right now, yeah.
I'll tell you though, it was a joy to fire. Like I said, no recoil on it at all.
Yeah. A lot easier to fire through a chrono
than
any other gas blowback rifle ever.
No kidding, man. It's just smooth, easy to operate. Now, people will list this in their sniper rifle category, which, well, at 390, it's not a sniper rifle.
It's pretty powerful for this level of rifle, I think. But I haven't seen any upgrades yet, so, I mean, there's an NPAS, I think, Arctic already makes an NPAS for it.
Right.
But it's not exactly that easy to, you know, upgrade this rifle so far.
Yeah, in all honesty, it was a lot of fun. Would it be something I use in game? Probably not. It would be something used for target practice with your little brother, or...
And saw it off and make a pistol out of it. A pretty cool pistol, huh?
It's like, you ain't messing with me. With the 16-round mag, you know, getting extra mags, which they run about 35 a piece, it's a little expensive to do so. The gun itself runs around 250.
250, depending where you buy from. 250 here, overseas, you know, as low as 200 if you can still buy them. There's already a version 2 out, which is a little bit more expensive, and I don't think it's currently over the States quite yet. No. And what they did is they changed the magazine to something that looks kind of like a pistol magazine, not the traditional 22 banana magazine that you'd see, which is 30-round magazine and flip-up fiber optic sights, and that was pretty much all that changed as far as I know.
Right. That's all I've seen different.
Yeah.
But 250 here in the States, for the most part. I've seen it on sale a couple times, never below $200.
Yeah. And for the sake of posterity, the thing to bring up about that price is that you can buy a real Ruger 1022 for, I've seen as low as $210.
Yeah, so it's
kind of like...
You can buy the real thing. Yes, you can't shoot it in your backyard. You can't
shoot friends with it,
exactly.
Obviously. But the difference between a real steel rifle and an airsoft rifle is considerably different.
Yeah, you'll have a kick with that one.
It'll actually work.
As far as my consideration, I'm going to go ahead and give it a 7. It's a fun gun to play with. It's a lot of fun to have. It's got nostalgic value for me. It reminds me of shooting with my grandfather and being outside and having a lot of fun. The cost of it is what brings it down for me, because, like I said, I can go buy a real 22 for this price. Why am I going to spend it on an airsoft gun if I can get the real steel?
And it doesn't replicate any military-grade hardware. That's the difference. Like,
Yeah.
oh, well, this would be cool. It is a rifle that no one ever uses other than kids and training.
And base hunting for small game.
Yeah, small game.
Yeah, so if you want something fun to use, I'd suggest going for it.
I'm going to give this a 6 because the build quality is not quite there. And the consistency was pretty terrible, and I'm pretty sure it's because of how small this gas reservoir is. I'm not exactly sure why it was that inconsistent, but that was pretty inconsistent. But I mean, it's accurate, but it was a huge gap in
FPS rating.
Yes.
Well, and that's not even the difference for BBs. I mean, to go from 312 to 390, that's more than the BBs
after
changing.
firing 16 rounds, which is, you know, most pistols are more consistent than that.
Yeah, exactly.
Fire 26 rounds.
And so this is a double stack mag, and it's only 16 rounds.
Yeah, it's pretty small. Very, very small. Obviously, you can't fit that many because it's only this big, but I wasn't fond of that at all.
So that's going to be a 6.5 overall on this gun between the two of us. Still, like I said, fun gun. There's a lot of stuff you can do to it. If you want something fun, go for it. If you're looking for something to be a true fielding gun, this isn't what you're looking for.
Maybe wait for the version 2 because they might have updated the gas system of the magazine, and the sights are a lot better on the version 2 than this because these are kind of boring.
And remember, these sights are removable, so you can put any sights you want.
Any sights you want, but they're kind of boring as a sight. Really high set sights that I don't know why they did that.
Right.
I guess they just had these left over from their M4 or
from
something.
M4 lines, yeah. But for Cyphre, I'm Dean Donovan. Remember, airsoft's not a crime. Play hard.
Play safe. If you like our videos, make sure to click like right there at the bottom. Subscribe, see our next videos upcoming. Thanks for watching.